Can you talk to me about that So Def time though, man? Because y'all were kids at that time, cranking this city up and just really moving the culture for it. What was that energy like with all of y'all being teenagers with that much power?
Yeah, the older people were doing what they were doing.
Okay.
Michael Malden, Lucy Rons Raouf, at the management, which was ERI at the time, then became, but we can just say So Def. So the adults moved us around and kept us safe, and because that's one thing I think we all acknowledged that at the 20th we were like everybody's still here. Mm-hmm. So so after the 20th and Chris passed, it was like wow. So the 25th anniversary at State Farm Arena was a little bit. It was different because Chris wasn't there. We did that tribute and that sort of thing. But going back to your point, we stayed safe. We were young. We just had the time of our lives. We would go from I'd go for the Michael Jackson tour. We did a Michael Jackson tour that was 3 months. Small tour buses. It was traveling in Europe is different. Got back to the U.S. a bit more comfortable, bigger tour buses. We're the headliner, so we're getting the headlining treatment.
Exactly.
MC Light, Far Side, Foosh Nickens. These are some of the acts that opened up for us.
My God.
Lords of the Underground.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I literally got relationships with them because of the touring with Criss Cross.
Yeah.
And so we were having fun. It was the time of my life.
Yeah.
I met a lot of the artists I wanted to meet. When we would go out to LA, that's when I would fully get starstruck because every celebrity you could think of was backstage with their child or their children.
Yeah.
Because that's what it means to have. You have a kid act.
Yeah.
That's everybody. If that act, so everybody's come adults, teenagers, children, and so and then I personally. I think after Criss Cross stopped for a second, maybe got back in the studio, I then went on tour with Escape.
Okay.
And the Brat in Europe. So I was Escape's first DJ. Well, Brat's first DJ too. I mean, I was there when we discovered Brat.
Yeah.
When Ed Lover had the $100 rap contest, and Brat came and won and came backstage.
Okay, break down that whole moment.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. So we're just doing the Criss Cross tour. We're on a Criss Cross tour, and Ed Lover and Todd One, they are the hosts.
Okay.
And Ed Lover had a rap contest in every city. So obviously we were in Chicago, had a contest, Brat came up and won. And then, whatever happened backstage, 'cause I think she was trying to meet Jermaine and that sort of thing. At some point, she was signed. At some point, she ended up on The Bomb, the second album, and then there was a video shoot. And there's the Brat. Now, when it started to be time for performances, that's when I come in.
Okay.
So rehearsal, we doing Soul Train, Criss Cross, introducing the Brat. I'm there. Her first show, I'm there. And literally coaching her.
Yeah.
I mean, in a sense of, because I remember a specific conversation where she was either nervous or something. And I said, whatever I said, and then we went and did the show.
Yeah.
And then I became her DJ. Like I said, Escape, when Bow Wow came, same sort of thing. Escape, I did the R. Kelly tour with them in '94. That clip of me scratching, turning around, that's the Escape tour that you saw in the documentary.
Exactly.
That's from that clip.
Okay, what about TV though, Nabs? Because I don't think we talk enough about, your time on TV as a DJ as well.
Sure.
I mean, you see Sinbad shouting you out, you see Arsenio. Break that all down to me, man. What was it like hitting the TV with it at the same time too? Was that a different kind of pressure, DJing?
Yes.
Okay, break that down.
Oh man, yeah. Well, obviously touring with Criss Cross, and Criss Cross is so big, we were doing all the television shows that were popular here in the U.S. and abroad. Okay. I cannot tell you any of the shows abroad. Okay. We went to Paris one time, got off the plane, shot to some location one time, and all these women with long legs started kicking, and y'all just walked through the center. I don't know what we did, walked through the turn, then we did the thing. So, but to get back to the States, Arsenio invited me back by myself.
That's what I'm saying.
Incredible. So that was the biggest thing ever to me. And when I say biggest, you got the whole intro. It's the Arsenio Hall Show with and on the turntables, DJ Nabs. And we playing Jump, the band playing Jump, and I'm scratching Daddy Mac Daddy, redoing the Way of the Rhyme live. I get excited now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when people ask me, how do you have everything? I'm like, I was on Arsenio. I taped that with every VCR I could find.
Come on now.
And, every copy I could find and just, keep going. So Sinbad later, I got my record deal, back on Sinbad, Rap City, DJ Battle. Big Tigger. I did a DJ battle on Rap City and I didn't realize till later that was Big Tigger's first television appearance because he was the host.
It's crazy.
So that was '98. But all of the TV appearances just raised your brand up.
Exactly.
And so getting there was a big deal. It got so bad. I was on TV enough that Hot 97.5, because I was still on Hot 97.5, they thought I was going to leave.
Ooh.
Then I eventually did get replaced.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because it's in the AJC way back then. Nabs is doing too much. He got a manager.
Okay, you know what?
Talk about.
Why did they feel like you have one life, Nabs, and you have to live that one life to the doggone fullest?
I can explain it. Mm-hmm.
Break that down to me, because I don't understand. You bringing back, notoriety to the station,
right?
Though.
This is prior to,
because I see on TV where they're saying DJ Nabs from 97.5. What more do you need?
Not only that, but my assistant at the time, Falana Williams, flew out there with me.
Okay.
We took T-shirts and we made sure that not everybody, but people in the audience that were willing to wear it, wore the shirt, Hot 97.5 shirts. And we took a winner up there from Atlanta on the Vibe show from Atlanta to fly and witness DJ Nabs live on Sinbad from the audience. So we brought a winner. Matter of fact, I got let go 2 months after that. The story is this. When you get a job at these radio stations, and I don't think much has changed, as an air personality, not a mix show DJ.
Yeah.
I'm talking about as an air personality and mixer. That's how I roll. These contracts are short for the most part, 2 to 3 years, whatever. I consider them temp jobs.
Yeah.
And which is fine if you're, in my case, I want to do records, I want to tour.
Yeah, you
can't
around.
stay at a radio station and then be worldwide. Not necessarily, in my opinion. You gotta move and get out there in front of the people.
Yeah.
So my contract was coming to a close, and I had a manager, and she dealt with that, Lucy Brian's Raouf. So, but in the meantime, my record deal is going. I'm doing all these things I just told you about.
Yeah.
I'm on TV. I'm promoting the station because I'm not at the station. The station got to let me go.
Yeah.
So I could go. Let me to be off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
From work, so I can go do the television show. So I'm paying it back to the station. And so when I got released and replaced. Of course, I hated it, and I was madder than you could imagine. And but they did it, in my opinion, because I inspired mostly everybody at that radio station to want to do the same thing. Have a record deal. Have your own night at the club. Because I started that night at Kaya, and it was successful. It led to my record deal. It led to me being on TV. It led to me being in Vibe magazine and all these things. And there was jealousy and envy in the building. It just was. And so they didn't renew my contract. And so I moved on, Nickelodeon tour, did some other things, but I did not like it. In the lab with Nabs, that was my thing. I loved it. I loved being in Atlanta. I loved, at that time, running the clubs and everything that was going on. And the irony is that after that, or right during that same period, this is when you got DJ Clue, this is when you got Funkmaster Flex album, and Flex is on the radio, and Flex is getting the opposite support of what I'm getting. I'm getting fired because I got a record deal with Columbia. I got a manager, and I have my own club night at Kaya. That is why I got 5 Hot 97.5 and replaced, and they put in human resources after that no personality could do that after. What? Because Hot was a young station at the time.
Yeah.
And there was no human resources when I was there the first time. And I did come back to Hot 107.9 later under the leadership of Jerry Smoking B, and I ran that for a little while, and then I did classic hip-hop radio and Boom on the time with Radio 1. So I did end up working back with Radio 1 a couple times, and I did the Tom Joyner Cruise for about 11 years, and I think Radio 1 ended up buying that or partnering with that, so that's kind of funny. So, but at the end of the day, I have, and Jerry Smoking B, we have Radio 1's early history.
Exactly.
That's why I can license Ludacris to films and documentaries until they, he decided to AI himself, which I'm sure he'll probably do. So they don't have to come and license no more.
Yeah.
Right? But, that's where we at.
The business, though, Nabs, I mean, your artistry was on 100%, but also your business mind was right there neck and neck with that. Yes. I mean, what gave you the wherewithal to know that, hey, man, if I'm going to have all of this opportunity, I need to make sure that I'm benefiting from all of this opportunity financially?
The OGs, I made Michael Malden
Yeah.
A mentor of mine, like made him. He didn't know.
Yeah,
10 years
exactly.
later, I just studied him,
Yeah.
And in radio, Jay Smoking B and
Yeah.
people like that. It's not. I don't think it's always a conversation. You just soak it up.
Yeah.
You soak it up.
That's what I did with drama.
Soak it up.
I soaked it up.
Soak it up. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. And I know when people take advantage of me.
Exactly. When you look back though, Nabs, you got too many highlights, okay? What are your top 3 highlights that really, to this day, still kind of make you feel good on the inside? When you go back to that moment in time, you're like, I was Bruce Leroy in there.
Oh yeah. Kaya.
Okay.
Kaya, I kind of had to be. It was the performance side of me.
Yeah.
Thrived. Every time we thought of something, we do it.
Yeah.
We once put a mirror, like a mirror up here, angled a little bit, so that once I was spinning here, everybody in the crowd could just look at the mirror and see the hands.
So you going crazy.
DJ Shy Kim talks about that a lot.
Yeah.
We had the dancers at Kaya. Because there was a point in Atlanta when everybody started putting go-go dancers in their club. And I'm not saying I was first, but I saw a white DJ, dope guy, Romeo Cologne, do it first at Kaya. And so I did it. But I never saw anybody else do it.
Yeah.
So that was 96.
Okay.
I had go-go dancers, video screens that I would rent every Sunday. So I had a video production guy in the back mixing videos in the back. So we're just doing creative things fully with just a nightclub. And so that was cool. And people hadn't seen that before. So, yeah.
Okay. Hindsight being 2020. So this is going to be a difficult question for me because I'm thinking to myself, it seems like, okay, you had your business on point. Seems like you had an all-star career, a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
What would you go back and tell yourself to do differently? Is there anything because you did everything. So what would you do anything? What would you go back and tap young Nabs on the shoulder and say to him, hey man, enjoy yourself?
Oh, yeah. Well,
do this or do that?
Man, save money.
Okay.
Save money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, in real time, being young and also being raised a certain way, I knew I was going to do certain things for a short time.
You damn right.
So I wasn't going to
enjoy that money.
Yeah. And so I enjoy the fruits of my labor, but I'm going to use my money to do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, So again, as life be life, and so after you slow down, it's like, man, maybe I waste money here, wasting money and trying to get this relationship where I want it or look this way.
Okay.
And so those things start to become less and less important, and you're like, man, I wish I just had saved the money.
Yeah.
But but you have to just say, hey, it was the experience.
Yeah.
And for me, having the documentation, documentation pays.
Yeah.
It pays. It prevents people from removing you from history.
Come on now.
It has monetary value. It has historical value.
Exactly.
It has value.
Legacy.
Right. So at least I did that.
Yeah.
And I feel good about that because it just pays me back.
Okay.
Yeah.